A dream wrapped a spinning fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry will show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you, GMs. And welcome to Slam Nation. Boy, it's going to get weird out there. Hope you've been paying attention at least a little bit to CES 2026. It's the year of the robot. Crazy, it actually is. That robot thing that I've been trying to make click and, make like find the opportunities there, right? I've been a doubter in some ways. I think I'm starting to be won over. I think I'm starting to see and like feel what that's going to look like. Actually, more than that, I think I'm starting to feel how quickly it's coming. It might be a lot faster than I was picturing before. Kind of fits into the 5-year thesis market, or robots AI change what our economy looks like, right? In 5-ish years. It might be a bit sooner than that. I'm excited to explore that more. Real quick, China, good morning, dude. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, man. Justin, good morning. Mufasa, good morning. Looking forward to our show today here. And let's just kind of spoil it from the start. We're going to cover the first official, man, I'm excited for this, the first official Titan launch over on Virtuals. This is that new, launch style they announced just 2 days ago, where established teams, funded teams can launch tokens, not using Unicorn, not using Pegasus, right? Not doing these like low valuation launches. But instead, these come out of the gate with the 1% tax. But more important than that, they come out at a 50 mil FDV and with a $500,000 LP. So these are much more mature tokens, again, for much, much bigger teams. And you can maybe guess that they have a different kind of potential. You might expect that some of these coins, we're going to start talking about them in the, hundreds of millions as far as FDVs. Will it be this one? Not sure. But will we see that here this year, this cycle, whatever? Yeah, I think we're going to. So these are really, really important for us to stay on top of. We will get into this one. But man, I just want to say just how weird it's going to get. So again, CES 2026, this is where like cool new electronics and gadgets and, the latest in tech is showed off here. It can be toys, man. It can be, robots. It can be CPUs, GPUs, batteries. It can be Legos. But what's blown me away is again, robotics being the focus of the show here. Crazy, crazy stuff. So here's the CEO of NVIDIA, has a stage full of robots around him, and they're from different manufacturers, different, purposes, but all these robots and just a sign of what things are going to start looking like here. And it's not far off. It's not far off. And Yahoo Finance showing it as well. It's the year of the robots. I think this will be the takeaway from the big event. Robots. And I think we're in the right spot to be keeping up on that too. Here's a robot in action. This is at a Hyundai factory in Georgia, but this is a Boston Dynamics robot. This is what's coming. This is what's going to replace people. It is. It's going to happen. Now, I'm not sure if like the great replacement happens like now, if it's 5 years, maybe it's more like 20 years off. Either way, it is coming. It's very clear that's coming. But I'm keeping my finger on that. I'm making sure it might be here very soon. It might be. But the innovations in AI, same story, escalating, growing, man, is faster than robotics. It kind of blows me away. But new tech being revealed at CES 2026 as well. And it's just why I want to say again, we don't unplug here. We stay very dialed into AI, but especially, for us, it's crypto AI. It's where the opportunity, I think, is the biggest, the brightest, the best opportunities you're going to find this year. Crypto AI that happens on Virtuals. and maybe some other places here soon, but it's because of things like this. XAI, man, with a $20 billion raise, this is the money that's being thrown at these AI tools and platforms. That's the money we're talking about. Gravity, good morning, man. Good to see you. And this is what it leads to. Elon Musk reiterating his position, where we're going to be in a matter of years. It's universal higher income. And I think it's important that he said this too, because I don't know if we all believe in this, like just pure utopia. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's what's coming. I think universal higher income is coming. That makes sense. Or UBI. I still don't know which, but I think either way, I felt like there's another side to that too. I don't think it's going to be this dreamy scenario, not for everybody at least. And so Elon Musk saying and social unrest was the missing piece there. UBI, I think UBI happens because you need it to happen because people aren't making money. And that means there's social unrest too. I said this, right? I said the reason they're going to have to do UBI is because we'll be out on the streets. Literally said this. Wish I could find the timestamp. Said that people will be on the streets the second it's impacting them, and that you don't earn a living and you can't pay for your food and you can't pay for housing. You'll be on the streets, and they have to prevent that. And so he's describing what I think it looks like. The social unrest happens. They spend the money on you, UBI or the UHI thing, because they have to. Social unrest comes with the territory, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. DK, good morning, man. Good to see you, sir. What is that, dude? What is Galt's Gulch? I have no freaking idea. I like it, though. I like it. Also, part of what's coming, I love this, by the way. I love all the vibe coding going on the timeline. You've seen it too. I assume we're seeing pretty much the same stuff, but everybody's vibe coding right now. I'm not. I need to be. Mike Bennett, good morning. I need to be. And I had another thought. Of what this might look like. So you have Frank D. Gods, who's out there vibe coding stuff. I love this guy. I do. Frank D. Gods made an app called justcancel.io. It's very much like Rocket Money, right? So you plug in your accounts, your credit cards, whatever, and it finds for you your subscriptions, and it does more. That helps you track all your spending, right? But Frank built, and I would assume in a matter of a couple days, maybe with not a ton of coding experience, an app that lets you cancel subscriptions with probably just a few clicks. $5. $5 to use the app. It's a one-time payment. GG's. Okay, so everybody's out there trying to build stuff, because if you build something cool enough, people will spend. People will spend. So what I'm starting to think, guys, and this is what I do, I'm just trying to think of what direction, if this works, what direction does that take us? So I look at something like this, competitor to Rocket Money, small scale though, right? Of course. Does it compete with it on a much larger scale? I doubt it. But man, what if your buddy vibe codes an app that's similar to something you're using now, but what if it's cheaper? What if it works every bit as good? What if, because it's your buddy that did it, your customer service is infinitely better? Like, what if? So now I'm watching, I'm thinking through, I'm just chewing on this, Does the future start looking like where all these services are so easy to replicate that, well, your buddy replicates it, you sign up with him, your buddy's making money off his productivity. And this is a way that UHI thing kind of happens. It's not like the way we would think. It's not just companies paying us more. It's just us being rewarded for the things we're doing. It's an interesting thing we're heading into. I don't know. I got to chew on that longer, but something there. E-Rock, good morning, man. Dude, I went in the GVC Discord. I found your chat the other day where you said you got muted or timed out for like 24 hours. I saw the chat. I can't believe that, dude. It happened. I can't believe they timed you out for that. We might be. Clone X is a big watch. So spoiler, we'll get to NFTs, but Clone X, we heard yesterday or today, got sold. And it actually got sold back in December. We just heard about it now. And so price is doing kind of what you'd expect. Clone X up. I think some people knew ahead of time too, because we saw some sales happening before. Okay. All that said, the focus is on productivity and rewards. And I just got to say, that's all I'm going to say. Go to ethoswarm.ai and get on the wait list. That's all I got to say. Get on the wait list. I'm very proud of what our team's put together here. More on that very, very soon. In fact, if you sign up, you'll get notified. But That's it. Mike, if you can make you money or save you money, you'll pay. This is how we work, all of us. And I think I'm just picturing if I build an app that is something everybody's using, that it's actually useful, it saves you money or makes you money, I have a feeling you guys sign up for a few bucks a month, cheaper than what you're doing elsewhere. And if it's proven to work, I think things are going to get very interesting, especially, dude, if every single one of us can create these applications with a couple, like some prompts. Not saying it's not gonna take you maybe a day or a few days or, maybe long, but that's where we're heading, and it's gonna get real interesting. Real interesting. Maybe this will help you. Maybe. Ethoswarm.ai, get on the wait list. Very excited to start diving into that with you guys here soon. All right, we're gonna cover all these stories like we do every single day. We're gonna keep doing it every single day on all of our usual spots. It's Crypto Slam over on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed over there. Man, but wherever you're watching, hit the like. Throw some love on it. We're live on Abstract. We're on X. We're on Retake. We're on Kick. But home base is right there. Make sure you're subscribed. Follow us at CryptoSlam.io on X. And lastly, streaming over on Slam Nation X. Come join us there. Hop on our Slack. If you're a builder, we want to help you, support you. You have access to our developers. This is free, by the way, if you're a builder. Access to our developers, our team, our founder. We're all in there. And yes, sir, JWise. They did. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Rumble launched a crypto wallet. And I want to tap you into our API. Everything on chain, but especially on Ethereum and on Base. Everything on chain with wallet DNA. The best data in the industry. We'll plug you into our API for free as well. We'll give you credits. If you need an endpoint, we'll build it for you. But come join us. Reach out to us in DMs. You can reach out at CryptoSlam.io. Send a DM. Do it on the Slam Nation X account. Or reach out to me, Hudah_idiot. Love to connect. All right. Let's get to some market talk. Very interesting today, right? It's been a great start to the year. Coming off of 1010, I love this tweet from PO, how significant 1010 was and how much it colored what we, I guess where we thought this market was going to go this year. 1010 was so significant that we don't even call it a date. I was searching over the past few months, like, what do we call it, right? We've done that live. What do we call 1010? And I kind of call it just the great liquidation. But I don't think we need to. I think we just call it 1010 and we refer to it as that. And funny enough, Pio says that. It's the only event we've had in crypto where we just refer to it as the date. Everybody knows exactly what it is. 1010. You know exactly what it was. That's it, dude. The creator economy, decentralized, it will only grow. That to me ties into the the vibe coding and application development. It's all, man, it's getting interesting. By the way, JWise, I've been watching your videos. GG's, man. It's cool. It's very cool. And the market is looking great. It is. S&P 500 new all-time high yesterday at close. It's getting spicy out there, man. Real spicy. Real spicy. Here in the crypto market, feels like just the start. Feels like it. I know that goes against a lot of, traders say it's over. Traders say that we saw the top in October. It may be, but I'm not there. No, JWise, your crypto one. Yeah, crypto spaces. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's good stuff. But here it is. This is the end. What you're seeing there, that's the end of quantitative tightening. Not QE. Maybe it is, though. But people pointing out that, well, you'll see actually in a minute, we've never hit a Bitcoin all-time high with some of the indicators that we're seeing where we may be primed. That's wild, but it's true, Choina. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's refresh. Let's see where we're at this morning. Bitcoin. All right. We had dipped down to 90K, by the way, but 91.5 right now. E3100, Ripple 222, Solana 137, BNB, by the way, 899. Looks fine, but yeah, past 24 hours not as great. Not as great. I'm being very cautious, like I've been saying the past few days. Very cautious. I'm excited for what could happen. I'm pretty concerned with. Man, I'm pretty concerned about the tariff stuff. I still am very concerned about the government shutdown. Right? These are not minor things. I'm not convinced we're ready to take off yet. Could happen. 100 could happen. But like, I still think we hit an all-time high this year for Bitcoin. That doesn't happen without the tariff thing being resolved. It doesn't happen without that. Quickly over into ETFs. How'd yesterday look? Let's start with Bitcoin. Not a great day. 243 million outflows. Over on Ethereum, let's see. 114 million inflows. And let's see about Solana. I'm guessing inflows here. Let's see. I'm going to go with inflows. And yeah, 9.2 mil. So decent day all around Bitcoin. Not as lucky. Now, Morgan Stanley, we heard yesterday, had filed for a Solana ETF. Now we get news they filed for a spot ETH ETF. Everybody's coming. If they weren't here already, they're coming. I love it. I saw that Ansem tweet. Ansem thinks we got some big moves ahead of us. I like it. Ansem's good. Ansem's pretty good. Yeah. I'm J-Wise. I'm with you. He's a very good trader, right? So I'm with you. I see it. I believe it. And I still think it doesn't happen without the tariffs being resolved, like one way or another. I guess it could, but that's a big iffy thing hanging over us right now. It is. And we have a few of those major things that could happen that could really wreck us. Of course, the whole Venezuela thing, nothing will matter more than that. But you have gold over 4,500 again, like crazy. And silver, another new all-time high, now becoming the second largest asset by market cap here, flipped NVIDIA. It's now gold and silver. Wild stuff. And NVIDIA's crushing it right now. NVIDIA, again, it's at CES 2026, showing off incredible stuff. And silver's the story. I don't know. Feels like we have a special year coming. Now, Bitcoin had some good news, too. This was actually very big news. Okay, after 10/10, we had what felt like a coordinated attack on strategy, on maybe Bitcoin, right? You know, some people were saying it's Operation Choke Point 3.0. And it had a lot to do with the MSCI, right? This is an index that was set to maybe exclude Bitcoin treasuries, right? Strategy is part of it right now. We learned that in January, they'd be ruling if strategy would get excluded. And if they get excluded, then we have billions of dollars that would outflow from strategy, right? Some people invest in it by investing in the MSCI index. All good now. All good. We got word yesterday that the treasuries will not be excluded. So strategy stays. Strategy stays. It's great news. And we don't see it in the market. I should check MicroStrategy, the stock. I'm curious. It's crazy, man. Yeah, if Ansem's TA plays out, 4-year cycle's broken. And still, I'll just keep saying, no matter what, something breaks. It's like, I don't see people talking about this a lot, but it's true. We've never had rate cuts in a bear market. That'd be really weird. That would be broken. Something's going to break this year. And I think it's the 4-year cycle that breaks. I think it is. Now, here we go. I was referencing this earlier. Well, we've got this manufacturing metric, the ISM PMI. Below 50, Bitcoin never ticks an all-time high. We've essentially, now I should probably go back and review because we ticked an all-time high in October, multiple times last year, actually. But this is saying that actually, was it right here? Let me peek here. Did we get over 50 right when we did tick that all-time high? No, not quite. We started last year there. But the point is, and again, if you're measuring manufacturing, you can understand why that matters, right? It kind of is a signal for demand, the economy growing. And we're not there. And maybe it's just one of those indicators. Good morning, Luna. Maybe it's another one of those indicators that this market does have some life ahead of it this year. It could be. Could be. And then we have what I think is the scariest thing for the market. I don't know. I'll say this. I'm not worried about it. And I think like tariffs when they were announced last year, it could crush any momentum we get. So we've been looking for, when is the ruling happening, right? Tariffs illegal or ruled legal, but when is the ruling happening? Yesterday is the first time I actually saw the date. It's coming up very soon. It's coming up this Friday. And on Polymarket, at least as of the time of this post yesterday, 77% chance that it's ruled illegal, which ain't great, or maybe it's great, right? Prices went up because of tariffs. And then you got the flip side of the U.S. has made a lot of money because of the tariffs. Luna doing his thing. I love it. But Friday could be a very, very interesting day. I think no matter what it will be. I don't imagine Friday we're flat. No matter what. Either way it's ruled, I don't imagine we're flat. I don't know what way it breaks, though. I don't know what way it heads. If they're illegal, well, then we have to find out if the U.S. has to refund all of that tariff money. We're talking hundreds of billions. I've seen anywhere between 100 billion and 300 billion we have to refund. Oh, and Trump said we brought in 600 billion. I don't think it's all of that. I've never seen that figure referenced. But we're talking hundreds of billions that may have to get refunded. That's where things get kind of interesting. Big day Friday. Big day Friday. There we go. Yeah, Supreme Court may force Trump to refund over 133 billion in tariff revenue. Now, we had a Supreme Court justice say maybe they're ruled illegal, but there's no refund ordered, right? So maybe that makes this like easier to swallow. And then we have Trump saying he's got a plan B. If they rule him illegal, he's got another plan. So no matter what, we're going to learn a lot Friday and probably over the next week or two. But this is something that has me, look, this is what has me from making big bets right now. We'll say that. No big bets right now. And then Tom Lee, who has turned into he's the Michael Saylor of ETH, right? But he's a big bull, right? He's talking 250K Bitcoin this year. I don't see it, but that's Tom Lee now. But he's wondering if Friday may be a contrarian signal, or I don't know if I'm reading this wrong or others are reading it wrong. I'm not sure which, but we've got this old graphic that shows best time to be buying or selling assets. 26 is a year of good times, high prices, and the time to sell stocks. I'm going to buy into this. I'm going to go with it. This is right. And I think that means this is not, I think we've got a pretty spicy year ahead of us. I'll say that. I think we got a spicy year ahead of us. Hang on over on Abstract. Saucy, good morning. I think we got some spicy stuff ahead of us. Yeah, the Michael Saylor of ETH. Oh, now China, I forgot all about that. Okay. The Trump stimmies, I don't think the market's pricing that in at all. I don't think people really buy that that's happening, definitely happening. But if that refund is ordered, well, that's the money that was going to fund the stimmies, right? $2,000 stimmies. That's the money that was going to fund it. So maybe no stimmies. Does the market react to that? I don't think those are priced in. I don't think anybody's really bought that those are happening. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And then, yes, we got a new Fed chair coming this year. That is supposed to be announced this month, too. So market might like that news. We'll see. Dude, I did see a post that, let's see. Can I find this real quick? Here, I'll just sum it up. TLDR, one of these dudes at the Fed said that he's looking for 100 basis points cut this year. So a whole percent. Spicy. Now we got rate cuts coming up this month. Well, we got a decision coming this month. Right now it's looking like, actually, let's go to Polymarket. It's looking like it's not going to happen. So we'll find out. But yeah, I think no rate cuts this month. Where is, do we have it on the front page? Oh, here's tariffs by the way. 21% chance that those tariffs are ruled legal, that they're held up, whatever. So yeah, we're up to 89% chance. No, excuse me. 89? Yeah, 89% chance that they're ruled illegal. And let's check rate cuts. Rate cut. Let's go rate cut. Will this work? Yeah, 11% chance of a cut in January. So like, dude, they don't. They don't. And by the way, it's all controlled. They don't want you to win. They need you. They need you working. They need you at your job. They need you. What you know what I mean? Like it's all very very like purposeful. All of it. But yeah, liquidity rules everything. It does. And I like Marty's post, and this has to do with what we saw before. QT ending, quantitative tightening ending. Liquidity. More liquidity in the market in theory means, not even in theory, we know, means higher prices, higher valuation of these assets. And that's what we're heading into right now. Just started. So we'll see. Now, okay, we talk about the Clarity Act, and we know at this point it doesn't look like it's going to pass, but separately, there's a market structure bill that's up for a vote. And I kind of forgot about this, right? For me, I'm like super focused on Clarity Act. Probably not passing, but the market structure bill is up for a new vote. So there's a markup coming next week, next Thursday. That happens before the vote. That's to like tighten the thing up and make sure it's ready for a vote, but there's progress happening there. Dude. Yep. We'll get to that too now in ACP, I believe. Yeah. But all these things that we're waiting and watching for, and all these things with a big market impact. And then we're waiting for this big moment, the big moment. Focusing now on AI again. But Elon Musk, this is an interview. I need to go back and listen to the whole thing. This is where he talked about UHI and social unrest and all that. But it's talking about AGI, saying he thinks we hit AGI this year. And I've seen some other takes, right, saying there is no AGI. Like it's such a made up like narrative. I think I saw Shaw with this take, and it's like it's an interesting take. Or saying that it doesn't matter. It's some like fantasy that we've just kind of invented, but whatever. Elon says AGI thinks comes this year. And by 2030, AI exceeds the intelligence of all humans combined. Things going to get real weird. Real weird. I hope we make money in the meantime, All right, looking over at the AI tokens here, $6.21 billion market cap. We're down almost 3% in the past 24 hours here. How are those coins looking, though? Let's see. Are we sorted? Yeah, I think so. Our top agent by market cap, it is Fartcoin on top, 416 mil market cap. It's followed by Tibber, Toshi, Turbo, and AIC. This list is due for a big old shakeup, right? Interesting, Mufasa. Like, look, I'm sold on that AGI is going to happen. I'm sold on that AI is better with blockchain. And I'm sold on the idea that they're part of the same, they're two sides of the same coin anyways. I'm not sure that AGI happens like in the blockchain space first, but it will live on the blockchain, because we'll get there kind of as a whole. You know what I mean? But yeah, interesting. I gotta dive into side chain more. Time chain. Here's our top infrastructure tokens. It's virtual. Just below 700 mil, followed by FET, DCAI, Pippin, and MWXT. Pippin still doesn't belong on infrastructure, I don't think. 300 mil, I mean, I think this one touched 600. I don't know. Pippin's a weird one. And DeFi, it's Venice, Cortex, Banker on fire right now. Olas and Griffane. And then let's go all together and look at Mindshare. And we have Fartcoin on top here. Virtual, Opus, Warp, and Elsa. Good stuff. Good stuff. We do have some new stuff on the board. Before we get that, let's peek at Hyperbet, how it's looking from yesterday. So I was thinking between 5 and 7 mil FDV. And it's what? It's way below. Boy, nothing with this one's going to surprise me. I'm not sold on it. I'm not, but way below 3.5 mil. I'm kind of surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of surprised. I think there's maybe a lot more people where I'm at. I'm not sure I trust it yet. Now, if it works and they're like totally legit, totally kosher team and all that, then this has got some life ahead of it. Maybe this is an interesting buy right now, right? Maybe it is. But yeah, I'm pretty standoffish with this one. I'm okay missing it. I want to wait. I just want to watch how this one plays out. But I'm surprised. I thought more of the virtuals community would be hyped by, the Titan launches, the excitement in virtuals, the token price being up, and the best launch we've had in a couple weeks now. I thought this would see a little more action. I'm kind of 3.5, 3.5. I don't know. So we need a good launch. We need a great launch. We got one on the board. Let's peek though at Repo 38 mil FTV. Love it. PRXVT just relaunched 3.7 mil. I don't remember what they were at just before. I think right around that level though. And where's Reply? Like nothing else is really catching my eye. I'm not seeing any big moves here. It's wild to me to see whack under a mil. It's kind of wild to not see Pretty higher, 3.8 mil. Where's Reply? There's Reply, 6.23 mil. Very good. Reply's really holding up well. Really holding up well. And then Mute Swap at 4.4 is one that I still like a lot. I think there's probably a cool opportunity there. By the way, I saw VPay did their airdrop. At least the start of the airdrop. I didn't get any VPay tokens, and I thought I would have. Did anybody else qualify for the VPay airdrop and not get tokens? And I might have misunderstood like the requirement to get it, right? I sold my VPay, but I was in and staked, I think, through all the snapshots. So I'm not totally sure what happened there. Maybe if you sell, you don't qualify. It could totally be that. But just be aware, if you qualified for the VPay airdrop, check your wallet. You should have at least your first drop of VPay tokens. So pretty cool. But on the board in our big story, it's right that the very first Titan launch, it's a pretty big one. I actually thought it would be a robotics project, which let me just peek. Yeah, nothing else new on the board, but first Titan launch, it's Wasabi protocol. Pretty freaking interesting. All right, let's go over on Wasabi. So it's a trading app. It's leverage trading. It's using other assets as collateral. So your other tokens, I think NFTs too. I think you can use NFTs as collateral. But it being an ACP, I mean, it opens it up to all of us. Use it through Butler, but opens it up for AI agents to start using too, right? Mufasa, hang on, let me pick. Where is that launch? Where's Ex Machina? There's so many coins, man. JWise, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'll just say in the virtuals ecosystem, I like Mute Swap. I think I still like VPay, but I think for me it's Mute Swap. It's probably Repo, but I would just not, it's pretty. I'll say kind of toppy now, even though it's pulled back. But I'm definitely watching Repo. I'm definitely watching Mute Swap, like big time watching Mute Swap. I think this one's so spicy. Definitely put virtual in that list, right? Put the virtual token there. Maybe even the top one. Because it's like if AI does well, you would imagine the virtual token does very well. I think virtual might be top of that list. As high as it is right now, virtual might be top. But like a more degen play and one that's got like tons of upside, I think it's Mute Swap, right? Privacy Dex. Very focused on Monero right now. I've been digging into Monero a lot, right? It's that old OG coin that, yeah, it's privacy is I think the story of this year. Well, maybe it is robots now though, but Mute Swap's very high on that list. I don't know if I have like a 5, like a 4 and 5. I'm not sure if I really do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure I see a ton out there. Let's even go like this. I don't see a ton out there that I love. Like I can feel strongly that there's a big opportunity. Like Repo, I think is there. Tau probably in that list. I don't know what it's at right now. C's are still really interesting, right? Token equals equity. I think that's cool. Yeah, I think it's Mute Swap. It's Repo. It's Virtual. I got to think about some others. Mice, dude, awesome. I mean, and I know you can dev shit out too, so that'd be sweet. Yeah, funny enough, I don't have a lot of coins that I'm like giga bullish on right now. But you know what? This is probably a really good time to just mention. So, like, I do this a lot, right? At this point, like every show, I'm saying go to EthosSwarm, sign up. That's all I'll say about that too, right? EthosSwarm.ai and sign up. But I don't point this out, and maybe I should. So this is all I'll say here. EthosSwarm. Here's the account on X. This was the Swarm account, right? So, you know, like our Swarm co-pilot, our Swarm agent, it's in the ACP. You've heard me talk about EthosSwarm without telling what it is, right? But talking about it in a way that I'm really, really excited for it. And in a way, it's cool that people aren't really looking right now. It's kind of cool. This, you know, I'll just show that there. I'm pretty damn bullish on what we're building. We've got our token holders already. Most of them, I bet you don't know yet because we're not starting the marketing push really. They don't know their token now is used in something else. Everything it did before, awesome, but now in something that I'm very proud of, and I know the team is very proud of. So I like what we're doing a lot. So if I had a personal list, like this is me personally, I'll just speak for me, Hudah, not CryptoSlam employee. Knowing what I know, I like what we're doing a lot. There's not a lot else. I like all these products. I don't know about the tokens. I'm not very bullish on the Sol one. I'm not, you know, just for a few reasons. I just don't think any of the streaming platforms have really mattered a ton. Right? I've never felt that. I still believe in the content coins. You know, I've peaked at the Saul Goodman platform. And you know what it is, Mufasa? Like, you know how the virtuals community has kind of picked sides, like the Will side. And I don't know if I'm mixing this stuff up, if I'm getting some of the characters wrong, but I thought, who's the guy behind Saul? I can't remember that guy's name. I forget his Evans, right? I don't know if Evans was on that like questionable character side or not. I thought he was. But I'm just not sold on streaming platform coins, even though I get it. Like I like retake, right? And I stream on Pump Funds sometimes, but I'm not sold on a streaming crypto platform. And it doesn't mean there's not upside there too. But yeah, all these great products and not a lot of them scream opportunity to me. I think the best plays in AI are still ahead of us. I might say the Eliza token might be a play, but I'm not convinced of any of them right now. None of them. Like very few of them. I'll say that. Very few of them. Which is weird. I'm bullish on AI. Evans is a Bitcoin OG, lots of connections. Okay, that's good to know. I wonder why him and, again, unless I'm mixing things up, I don't know why him and Will beef. If they do. Maybe, again, I know with the, like, Darren, for sure, right? I thought Evans was kind of in that conversation too. Anyway, but about tokens, opportunities, whatever, is the Wasabi launch, is that one. Again, this launches at a 50 mil FDV. This platform is something like 30 mil TVL. They've done over $1 billion in volume. I don't know with this one, though. I don't feel like this is an automatic bargain or discount or automatic upside. At 50 mil, I don't know if I feel like that's like its proper valuation, as in not a ton of upside. I kind of lean that way. I don't think I'm playing the Wasabi bot or the Wasa bot. I don't think I'm playing this. I'm going to watch it. I'm very excited to see it launch. But like, I could picture this token living around like 25 mil. Anywhere between 20 and 30. And it's a big range, but right, that to me, this is just like instinct and experience of like, where do I think a token like this lives? It doesn't feel like a token that lives 50 to 75 or 100. It feels to me like 20 to 30. And I could even see it at more like 15 to 20. I don't think it's low. This is not a $10 million coin or 15. It's not that. but it feels like it's closer to a $20 to $30 million coin. So I'm not convinced that you buy this at 50 mil that you're not going to take a big old L. I don't know. But it is a big launch. It'll have virtuals behind it. And kind of like when Monad launched on Coinbase, and I'm like, they don't want that to fail, right? They don't want their first launch to go bad and people to be down. And, Monad is now back over that pre-sale price. I kind of feel the same about this. I imagine they want that first launch to look good. So, like, maybe it gets some support from virtuals, whatever that means. It'll get promotion from virtuals. Does it get any kind of, like, token buying? I don't know. I don't think so, but I just feel like there's going to be something to help this one along. So I don't know, but we're going to watch it. I'm not confident that this is a big play. Well, I don't think it's a big play. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope this, like rips to 100. But I kind of don't see it. And we'll know tomorrow. What time? Hang on. This one's live 2 hours from now. So like noon tomorrow, Eastern time. Noon Eastern time this launches. I'll have the page up, I'll be refreshing, I'll be watching. Remember, no tax, right? Or no increased tax. So it's right at that 1%. So right when it launches, it's game on. If you think 50 is cheap, you're buying right out of the gates. If you're like me and you think maybe that's a little high, or even if it's just perfect pricing, right? Then you're sitting back and you're waiting. If this dips to 20-ish, I might be buying there. But yeah, big opportunity there. I'm not seeing it. And I'm still waiting then for robotics projects to launch. I think that's what we're going to see really light this up. Yeah. JYs, I've seen some of that too. And we were kind of expecting it too. I think, like Luna, I think a lot of guys who are very dialed into, their traders. And a lot of them were expecting that we pump back up to like 97, 100, and even, some all the way up to like 107, 109. But a lot of people do not trust this market. I get it. I wrestle with it because I just made the whole case why this year is going to be so special. And I still believe Bitcoin sees an all-time high this year. But if it doesn't happen, I mean, it's everything right now is telling us it shouldn't. But I'm gonna take that hopium, path. Yeah, and a lot of that, yes. So market bottoms, September, October. I like that Dr. Profit take, right? Like sideways or down all year until September, October, and then we get some money printing, and then it's game on and big year next year. I like that. Yeah, I live on the hopium path. I do. That's the direction I'm heading. Because again, I'll just go back to it, and then we'll kind of march through the rest here. But I'm very much on board with what Elon Musk is saying. Like, I can't see these everything we covered at the start. I can't see this. I can't see the robot stuff. I can't. I can't see this stuff. I can't see the way AI has just made a huge, huge step forward. This stuff I'm using hands-on, I can't feel that, use it, realize how much more productive and better it's making me. I can't use that and then think that things aren't going to get wild in the economy. And then the Venezuelan oil, and like there's so much happening. I can't see this thing not getting very, very wild at some point. In a way, that means things break, right? I think when things break, there's like some big opportunities in this market. So again, that hopium path that I'm on, it's that whole conversation. It's by 2030, things are very weird. But this is cool, by the way. So BankerBot, first BankerBot transaction using the Butler via the ACP. All the banker functionality is going to be live in ACP in a few weeks. Big. This token's doing fantastic. This is pretty much, I would say, like the best AI product, especially launched in on base. It's that awesome. It's that good. So yeah, kind of a big deal. I don't think I'm following Deployer, am I? No. Yeah, I need to be. Yeah, that's legit. That's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. And then by the way, we kind of like, I don't want to say I wrote off Creator Bid, yesterday or 2 dadays ago, right? They announced that they were scrapping like everything. They're scrapping their token, mechanics, their token sale access. They scrapped everything, right? And we were waiting for announcements on what they're doing next. But this tweet gets me kind of bullish. I forgot BitTensor launched on Creator Bid. And it looks like creator bid's going in the direction of being like some big part of the BitTensor ecosystem, or at least like aligning themselves with BitTensor. That could get spicy. That could get spicy. I'm watching. I don't know what any of this means yet. They didn't say anything. Just you drop that name, though. You drop BitTensor, and people are going to pay attention. So I'm paying attention to creator bid and seeing what they're doing next. Let's see. But I'm watching. And by the way, you can now trade crude oil perps via the Butler on ACP. That's from Auto AI. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I love it. NFTs looking. I like them right now. I do. And there's this like crossover with AI and NFTs. This is kind of old stuff. This post is new, by the way, but we knew Doodles were getting into AI. We knew that. Right? They've got their dream net that's coming, we think, at some point. And they've showed off Doodles AI before too, right? Like an LLM that's trained on Doodles that they've helped like really, really, get the core of the Doodles like look and feel and aesthetic. And they got a little contest out here. Create something, create an image or a little video or whatever. But the top three, their favorite three outputs win a doopy, which cool. That's cool. Not a crazy thing, but that's cool. But it's just to say, keep that on your radar. The Doodles DreamNet thing, I think, is still coming. And it might get spicy. Uses the dude token. So we'll see. We're watching. All right. NFT market. Quick peek at how we looked yesterday. Wow, market. Pretty darn slow. I mean, geez. We haven't cracked 10 mil this year yet, which is not the craziest thing, but we're starting off January very slow. Like, in fact, you know what? Let me go back. God, you know what? It'll take me too long. We were not this low last year. I'll say that. Actually, let's go on the chart. We were not this low last year. I'm pretty sure we weren't. Let's see. This is probably going to be really hard for you guys to read, but January last year, we were at like 20 mil daily. Yeah. We were at like 15 to like 30 mil. Okay. So just so you know where we were at a year ago, 15 to 30 mil. We're half of that right now. 7.3 mil in cross-chain sales yesterday. Sellers were up. Yes. Buyers up. Yep. Transactions down. Average sale price, what? Down yesterday too. And then trade profits at least heading in the right direction. Up. Still negative. 486,000. Man. Is that so much to ask for, man? Yeah, I'm with you right there. Hoods, I appreciate you a ton, man. I do. I know you're going through some difficult things, and man, I appreciate it. And I'm always rooting for you, man. But yeah, this is a good crowd. This is a good group right here. I appreciate all you guys. Look forward to this every single day. Like I do this early. I get up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. And this is my favorite part of the day, is us getting to chat the market and the news and the stories, and us getting to like, man, I learn every bit as much from you guys as you do from me. I'm sure of that. But I look forward to this every single day. Best part of the day. Not even close. And then quickly peeking at top collections. Look, this one, some kind of like liquidity position. So skipping that, Clone X is your top collection here. And it's like we said earlier, we got big news from them. So just keep that in mind. 670,000 in sales. Not crazy, but is what it is. Yeah, by the way, hit the like, guys. I need to get in the habit of saying that more, and I need to put it on the little poll thing. It helps. It does help. By the way, it helps a ton. Like that little thing, just clicking it, it does boost it. It does help a ton. So yeah. Hit the like there. Again, I'm optimistic. I told you I bought some NFTs. I'm feeling a kind of way about NFTs. They are not dead. In fact, I'm going to make the case for you of why right now might be a very interesting time to be in NFTs. You should be in things before everybody else. Look, JY said it. He just wants to buy a coin when it's low and sell when it's very high. He's describing what I'm saying. Nobody's in the thing. When it's very low, nobody's in it. When they're in it, it's priced very, very high. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's that simple. And from the best plays you've ever made, you got in them when nobody was in them. People were fading it or they didn't know about it. That's when you get in. I think right now is very interesting for NFTs. Okay. Saw a big old sweep of Hoodie node monks yesterday. I didn't think it was real, so I went and looked. It's real. Somebody spent 0.7 something Bitcoin. They bought 10 node monks, specifically the Hoodie, so bought some rares that were priced way too low. Kinda. What's up, Stitch? Good to see you, man. I'm there. So JWise does content. We feel the same way. I like them. I believe they can work. I'm not convinced, but I'll gamble on it right now because I think there's a chance. So I'm with you. But this right here, interesting. Why is somebody spending that? It's a good gamble. It's a good gamble here. 0.06 for some, rare node monks. Look, if things get hot, this will pay off. But I'm watching. That's real. That happened. But here's what really struck me yesterday. I saw this tweet and, just kind of, it was a good reminder, right? Okay. People think turning a free mint to $30,000 was a one-off NFT bull trade. But I've been doing similar every year on different chains ever since 3 or 4 years ago. And I stopped and I thought about it. I'm like, dude, me too. I'm telling you, dude, every single year I hit something. I'm not a big trader. You guys know this. I don't have much money. I'm not a big trader. I'm fortunate to have what I have and do what I've done. But I'm not out here trading. But still, somehow, some way, every single year, something happens. And it's when I'm not expecting it. It's usually when things are slow, right? Years back in a Tezos NFT sale for 40,000, right? Maybe the next year, I think, was like the V1 Punks. It was a $100,000 sale. This is not from me actively trading. It's not. It's from me just being plugged in and paying attention. That simple. And every year there's been a trade like this. Every single year. Good vibes last year. Not that. Actually, you know what? When I think about it, it's probably like 20,000. Right? It's not nothing. I'm trying to think if there was anything bigger. And then now this year, we started the year January 1st with another one of those, X copy. Hit the X copy mint. I sold it already, 25,000. Every single year there's something. I didn't mint node monks, but that was there too. And so he gives all these examples. 2023 for him, node monks. 24 gobs. I don't know what those are. 5 figures though. 25 GVC. Made over 30 grand. These opportunities all the time, guys. All the time in NFTs. And I can't stop thinking about my good friend, like a really good buddy of mine here in the space who said, don't trade NFTs. Don't do it. Nobody's in them. Nobody wants them. They're an old meta. And I'm like, he's right. It's an old meta. And nobody wants them right now except for the people that want them. And we're really, really lucky the people who want them have a lot of money. And I think people need to be reminded about what these wins look like here. They're pretty significant. They can set up your entire year. They can change your year. And so what hit me yesterday, like what made it all come together, I'm like, what was so special about 2021, right? Like, what was it? How did a lot of us get to the point where like very easily our portfolio was worth over $1 million, right? And it felt like no effort. That setup, that scenario was, we didn't have a ton of NFT mints. We didn't have many people here. And I'm like, holy shit. That is exactly what's happening right now. That's exactly what we just recreated. We have so many more people on chain than ever before. COVID money too, yes. But it was the supply demand. Not a ton of supply back then. All of a sudden, a rush of demand. That's what did it. We set that up. We set up the same conditions right now. We literally set up the same. We have not many people trading NFTs at all. And because of that, nobody's really minting new NFTs. And I'm going to say this. We know there's NFT mints happening, but not like when it was crazy. We literally just recreated 2021 conditions. There's no buyers and there's few mints, which means the moment everybody that was here comes rushing back, and it's going to happen, the exact same thing happens again. We get some of those stories out there that's not, I made 33,000 on a trade. It's going to be, I made 100,000. And as soon as people start seeing that, they come back. I have no doubt this is going to happen. I'm not convinced it happens this year. I don't believe it happens this year. I don't think it does. And maybe it does. But I do think this comes in the next 4 years. If there's cycle still, I'm talking about next cycle. Within the next 4 or 5 years, I'm convinced we get another NFT market that looks like last cycle. And it's because these success stories are still happening. It's happening. By the way, what's White Whale at? This is a total sidebar. What's White Whale at? The stimmies were wild, though. That was a big part of it. And look, guys, The stimmies was the biggest X factor. Well, okay. It wasn't just stimmies, but it was, right? It wasn't just stimmies, though. It was that you were stuck at home and you didn't need to buy anything, right? You needed both sides of it. If you got the stimmies, but your expenses were still crazy and you were going out in the real world and spending money, like it would have been different. It was stimmies plus nothing to spend it on. And now I go back to this again. White whales at 85 mil. Damn, dude. It's going to 100 plus. It is. Okay. Back to all this, though. Back to all this stuff, dude. It's crazy. UHI, UBI is coming. It's stimmies. Stimulus is just going to be normal. You're going to keep getting stimmies. Now, I'm just going to say that I don't believe this is the case, but maybe social unrest gets silly enough where you don't really want to go out. Maybe it's crazy enough. Maybe it's crazy enough out there that you don't want to go on, out. I'm not saying there's like protests, riots everywhere. I don't think that at all. But I do believe UHI is coming. I do believe that or UBI is coming. And we already saw. Did it hit 100? I thought it hit 99, like literally 99. If it hit 100, there we go. It's same thing, same difference. It is $100 million coin though. Like I think it lives there until the bear, whenever that is. But anyway, again, we saw what happened when we got stimmies. If we get the COVID or the Trump $2,000 stimmies this year, I don't think we recreate that yet because we need the other side. But it's going to happen. This is the 5-year thing. Okay, so I know I keep saying the same thing, but I'm going to say it one more time and just a little different. The condition was you were home. It was because COVID. You didn't need anything. Plus, you had extra money. Right now, stimmy, but you have expenses because you're going out and whatever. So we don't have the conditions. In 5 years, when UBI is happening or UHI, you're getting all this extra money. You don't need anything because it's being provided to you in a way. Expenses are down. We recreate the same conditions. You have what you need. You have more money than you had before. You go buy things that people don't have. It comes back to, and I think this is true. I believe this. A lot of that's going to come to on-chain collectibles that are scarce. I'm betting on Bitcoin NFTs especially, but the best NFTs, punks, the cultural stuff, the higher end art stuff, significant art, culture stuff, that it's going to happen, and we're recreating it. And we saw the example, and we know we know the conditions for it, and it's coming again. It's coming. Anyway, I would not be ignoring NFTs right now. Even if that stuff's 5 years off or 4 years off, even right now, every single year there's plays like this. And it's worth it. All right, we got the big story that Nike sold Artifact. Crazy. We knew they were done with, Clone X. We knew that. But it is new news that they sold Artifact. Gone. That was December 16th. So it's not that they shut it down. They sold it. It could be. But then Mufasa, there's that idea that this is when robots really are a much bigger thing, but things may cost less because they're cheaper to manufacture. That's one way, right? We'll see. But the idea of universal higher income and there's a couple ways it can go. But I think it's going to go the way where we feel like we have what we need and we have more money. I think that's the way it plays out. But we'll find out. Not far off. Not too far off at all. Artifact sold December 16th. What does it mean? Who is the buyer? Whatever. We don't know. No freaking idea. We don't know who the buyer is. But I wonder if some people know, because again, these sales were. Well, let's go check. Let's check the floor. Up pretty significantly. Let's check. What is it? Okay, 0.33. So we're up. Wow, 232%. Nice 3x, right? Real good. I want to see if we can see with floor prices when people started buying, though. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine, where was this? Oh, that's last year. Yeah, okay. This is a beginning of the year little pump, but yeah, I don't know. Big dump. Yeah, this is probably real hard to see here. December 16th. Okay, this is pretty much where we got the news that Nike was, shutting it down, I guess. Man, I don't even remember that story being a big thing. But this is where it was sold. And maybe people didn't know, actually. I thought we would have got a little scam pump, but we didn't. We didn't. Actually, funny enough, maybe there was no insider trading on this. Would be like the first time ever. But I can't wait. I can't wait to hear who got it and what are the plans and yeah, what does Artifact or Clone X look like here? I imagine we'll find out soon. I imagine they launch a token, right? It probably helps that they got the, Nike Connect. Do anything with it, but you never know. And Murakami, they've got connections. That could be interesting. But yeah, how it plays out, what it means, we'll see. We'll see. And then finally, Rec Brands, Rec Drinks, we'll say. Very cool seeing them in stores. Like, that's so cool. I know we did this the other day too, right? But really, really freaking cool seeing them at stores. And we'll just see it more and more, I believe. But we did get details yesterday about their new drink with World Star Hip Hop. Really cool. They got a cherry cola drink now. Official drink of World Star. Dude, it's badass. It's really cool. So new cherry cola drink. I think it's still like a sparkling water, so it's not actually a soda. This is an official World Star branded drink. This is, I don't know, huge. I think, okay, I look for like, what's the North Star or stars of blockchain, right? And it's like pudgy penguins for culture. And I hope for like, man, I hope more than that too. But for culture, for sure. Wrecked brands, like I don't, okay, pudgy penguins are a brand kind of, but I don't, they are. But I don't, Wrecked brands is the blueprint, the roadmap, the North Star for a brand. Being created, established here, and then growing out and reaching the, the real world. It's wild. And remember, their NFT holders are stock owners too. If you were there for the snapshot, a couple years back. But yeah, I think that's a big deal. They got their X Games partnership. By the way, I learned that X Games drink that's coming out is not the energy drink. The energy drink is completely separate. The X Game drinks is like, I think the grapefruit like water, but it's like repackaged. So it sounds like it's the like OpenSea collab drink, just like new can. Still really cool. Still really cool. I mean, again, X Games with Rec guys. Awesome. Or Rec drinks. It's big stuff they're doing. I'd be paying attention, man. All right, let me peek at Hood's post here. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, hang on. I'm just going to skim through Hood's. Gold W. I'm not familiar. Oh, the gold whale. That's right. Yeah. The gold whale. He's got knocked out. I mean, I don't know about the gold one. But I do like the white whale one, and I think we'll see some derivatives that get fun. It's cool shit. Yeah, dude, it's badass. Yeah, I mean, OSF's like a he's a master at this. I think you can see he's just built different. Dude's built different. Love it. So, all right, we'll wrap there. Let me think here. Anything else? Any other update? Well, tomorrow we'll check in. I guess. Well, I was gonna say we'll check in with the Wasabi token, but it won't be live during our show. So we'll really follow up on the Wasabi one on our Friday stream. But keep your eyes on this tomorrow. That Wasabot. Keep your eyes on that. I'm watching more CES developments. More footage from the event. I don't know, just cool shit. And let me just kind of wait for the tariff news Friday. And we'll see. We'll see whatever else pops up. There's always something. Anyway, smash the like before you get out of here. Subscribe to Crypto Slam over on YouTube. Go to ethoswarm.ai. That's the most important. Go there. Sign up for the wait list. You'll be very happy you did. And then follow us at Crypto Slam. God damn it. That was almost real smooth. And then follow us at Crypto Slam IO on X. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. same time, same place. And we'll see ya. Goodbye.